All right, recording in progress. So thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and share the screen and get it going because we're running short on time. So Enagic is the company and they produce these water ionizers that we've been sharing from our homes. I share from the juice bar and Teresa's been sharing from her house. And I know that a lot of you are sharing the water with everybody that you come into contact with because water is life. And we are fortunate enough to have the highest standard quality water ionizer available for us for hydration and multi-use purposes. So we're going to go over a lot of those purposes. But first, we do have a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, and this company does not want us making any types of medical claims. In Japan, this is marketed as a medical device, and we're going to go over some details about that. But in the US, we market this as a kitchen appliance, and this is a kitchen appliance that produces two types of income. And we'll talk about that. But for right now, we do not want to make any medical claims. And although this water has helped me and my health and wellness, I still want to make sure that we all are in agreement that we're not here to make medical claims. So right here, this company has been around for over 45 years and they've they exist in over 170 countries. I'm not sure of any other companies that can say that, but maybe McDonald's, and that's what we're up against is the standard American lifestyle, standard American diet. The bottled water companies, I guarantee you, are in more countries than 170, but what are they contributing to? They're contributing to poor quality water as well as a plastic bottle problem in the world. And in Japan, these devices are approved by the Association of Preventative Medicine. In the US, we have a reactive healthcare. And that means that we're getting sick and then we're going to our doctors and our doctors are prescribing pharmaceutical medications that they reduce symptoms. It's symptom management, but it's not health care. And in Japan, they focus on preventative health care. So their doctors get paid when their patients are well. And our doctors get paid when we're sick. So what types of incentives do our doctors have to help us get well? And that's why this water and this machine is a key to freedom, but really it's a key to medical freedom, because if we can strengthen our immune system, then we won't require the need of the doctor or the pharmaceutical medication. And this company has gone through the steps to achieve the certification for medical device in Japan, like I said. And an ISO certification is not easy to get. And for manufacturing of medical device is almost unheard of. And in the ionizer industry, it is unheard of, except for Enagic. You will not find another water ionizer company that can say that they hold these certificates of quality management. And that's what it is: environment management system and design and manufacture for medical device. So they handle the manufacturing, we handle the distribution. That's why we're independent distributors. Although it is a medical device in Japan, like I said, I mostly market it as a kitchen appliance because of its versatility and the fact that it produces two types of income. Like I said, we'll get to that. So the next one, the Water Quality Association, just another certificate, of course, to add to their portfolio. But this is the man with the plan. His name is Mr. Hironari Oshiro, and he is the founder and father of the company called Enagic. His mission statement is to share Kangen water with compassion, one family at a time. And the word Kangen in Japanese means return to origin. So we are all born alkaline and we all die acidic. And the goal, if we can maintain a good alkaline, healthy electric lifestyle, is for us to slow down the aging process so we can, spend more time out in nature and maybe spend more time gardening, or if you like fishing or whatever it is that you want to do, you should be able to do it as long as you can. And that's the goal. And look at him. He's well into his 70s, maybe close to 80 now, and he looks like he's, in his 50s because he lives the lifestyle. It's not just something that he sells, it's something that he lives. And if you look at pictures of me compared to 3 years ago, you'll know that it's a lifestyle that I live also. Does someone have a question?
I have a question, David.
Yes.
I've got some people that say they can't get in, that it says that the host is going to let them in.
Oh, interesting. So I can't see that right now. I don't see, I know before it gave me the option.
Yeah,
So
she put
maybe
in,
I
yeah,
start
she put
there.
in
There
a
it is.
password.
Yeah, okay. So it didn't give me that option. So now that I've stopped sharing my screen, I
And there
can
should
see.
be, yep, there's 2 of them. There's one more waiting.
Yep, Doris, she's joining. There
Okay,
she
there
is.
you're indoors.
So I apologize for that inconvenience. The reason is because I was sharing my screen and I was unable to see the letting people in screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen again, and I appreciate you for attempting to come in, and thank you again. So I did go through some introduction slides. However, it's just about the company Enagic. It's a Japanese company and they have received several certifications, but if you want more information on this, then we can certainly talk privately. Right now, we're about to talk about the true health philosophy, which is physical, financial, and emotional. And the truth is what I found out, and Teresa, if you care to interject, most of our physical ailments that we struggle with, as far as inflammation and disease, it does start in an emotional, spiritual level. So that trauma that we might experience in some way, shape, or form, if not dealt with, or not dealt with, but most likely healed, properly or appropriately, then it will eventually turn into some type of physical dis-ease of energy. And if healing is electric and healing is voltage, then the emotions that we feel are also capable of conducting electricity. So if it's a negative emotion, then it's going to withdraw energy from your physical body, which will eventually result in inflammation or some type of disease or disorder. And when the doctors or the physicians use pharmaceuticals to mask symptoms, then we don't necessarily get to the root cause, which might be an emotional entanglement or some type of a bridge or a dam that we've built where now the energy won't move freely. So that's a lot to take in on one slide. However, that's just one of the 3 things that Enagic, the company, focuses on, which is an emotional and then physical. And so a lot of times too, when you get those 2 in alignment and you feel better and you step into your power and you live your true purpose, then your financial health starts to improve too. And when you have sort of a victim's mentality or some type of emotional trauma attached, which is causing physical ailments, then that's going to put a lot of strain on your pocketbook. And this company really does want to promote, but also encourage a 3-pillar, 3-pyramid type health goal for all of us, is physical, emotional, and financial. And the foundation of that is, it happens to be hydration. If your body is in a dehydrated state, then you're going to be, struggling, and you're in sort of a vibration of lack. Whereas if you're in a hydrated state and you're overflowing, then you can have a vibration of abundance, and your bank account will most likely begin to reflect that as well. And that's what my friends and I are starting to experience. So we would want to encourage you to get on board with that, these 3 pillars of health also. But to the next point in this next slide, Robert Wright, who is the author of this book, Killing Cancer, Not People. I'm gonna stop sharing this presentation right now and switch to a YouTube video. But this man, Robert Wright, who wrote this book, is the founder of the American Anti-Cancer Institute. And he's been helping men and women who are in late stage cancer, who basically the medical system says that there's nothing we can do for you. It's time for home health and hospice and comfort measures. That's when the American Anti-Cancer Institute steps in, because their goal is killing cancer, not people. So what they have figured out is alkaline ionized water, AKA Kangen water, is at the very number one top of the list for cancer prevention, along with a lot of very, very good recommendations, which most of us will all be familiar with, all the way down to moringa, which is something that we add into our smoothies here at the Juice Bar almost daily because of its antioxidant potential. However, every smoothie also contains ionized alkaline Kangen water, as well as ice that we make from the water. So the antioxidant potential is high, and the reason is because healing is voltage. And Dr. Jerry Tennant already wrote the book on pH is voltage. And that McDonald's hamburger, unfortunately, it's the opposite of voltage. It needs your voltage in order for your body to process and digest that which they are calling food. And so real quick, I'm gonna, like I said, stop sharing this page and go to a quick YouTube video so we can hear it from Robert Wright himself and not, me, a man called Dave, because I haven't put the time and the energy like he has. So I'm gonna skip here. So this right here too is the EWG website. If you guys are not familiar with the EWG.org website, write this down, because you can type in your zip code. And Teresa, I've done you a favor, and I've typed in your Coos Bay District Water District, which serves over 34,000 people. And right here, we click on that. It says 11 total contaminants. And then if we scroll down, it says that right here we have the haloacetic acids, which have a cancer-causing effect, and they're 134 times higher than the EWG's health guideline. So I'm not sure what the guideline is, but this one here, HAA9, is 338 times. So if you're one of the 34,000 being served on the Coos Bay North Bend Water Board, and you're showering and you're cooking and you're washing your hands and you're drinking this water, then you have nitrates. You have to really take consideration. And that's why we're here, is to think differently about our water. So here is the YouTube video, and we're gonna just play it.
Because people really don't know what causes their cancer. They go in and get a diagnosis, and their oncologist will go through a minute or two of the human genome and genetics, and which is a bunch of gobbledygook. And then he or she will throw his hands up in the air and say, "We really don't know." And I would say to that patient, "Gee, I don't want to go see that guy. He doesn't know why I have it, or essentially what it is. I want to go see someone who knows."
Hey, there's no sound.
You're not there, you're sick, you're acidic, and you're inflamed.
How's that?
Most people are that way today because
Is there no sound at all, or no sound a little bit?
they've got chronic sickness and disease. So we have to change that.
Can you hear it now?
There's not many ways to change that. How do you change the milk?
Yeah, we can hear it now.
It used to be you eat a raw, vegan, organic diet, because vegetables are very, very alkaline.
Voltage, they would say to that patient, and then he or she will throw her hand diagnosis, and their oncologist will go through a minute or two of the human genome and genetics, and which is a bunch of gobbledygook, and then he or she will throw his hands up in the air and say, "We really don't know." And I would say to that patient, "Gee, I don't want to go see that guy. He doesn't know why I have it, or essentially what it is. I want to go see someone who knows." That's the walking it backwards. Cancer is caused largely today, well, this much of it is genetic, very little is. If you're carrying a BRCA1 or 2, a defective gene, which is possible, but it still doesn't mean you're going to get cancer. We drink the right water, because the right water, the right ionized water, heals. Our bodies are electric. Our cells run at a certain millivoltage, and if they're not there, you're sick, you're acidic, and you're inflamed. Most people are that way today because they've got chronic sickness and disease. So we have to change that. There's not many ways to change that. How do you change the millivoltage in a cell? Used to be you eat a raw, vegan, organic diet because vegetables are very, very alkaline. Alkaline, millivoltage, they work together. And so, and many say are exactly the same thing. But now the best way to do it is through a specific kind of ionized water that runs at minus 300 to minus 800 millivolts, and it will raise that cell voltage. If you don't raise the cell voltage to 50, minus 75, you're not going to heal. You need that voltage to heal. And so very few people know about that. Dr. Jerry Tennant wrote a couple books on healing is voltage. I encourage everyone to read those, and you'll understand why this ionized water, and I promote specifically Kangen water because I have not seen anything that is comparable to date. And you'll be able to understand how it works. And the common layperson can get that, and they can understand how it works, but it's incredibly important. Some people will want to give me heartburn on that, but I said, no, I've done the research. I know what works and what doesn't work because we test them in the human body. You can test everything you want in the Petri dish. It's not the same thing, folks. And you can tell me this isn't good for people or this isn't good, but you better darn well show me the research. And I'll show you the research. And most cancer patients need to get more nutrition than they can. When people are very sick with cancer, they turn to comfort wherever they can find it. Sure. Most of that is in the wrong foods and the sugar. So it's very difficult for them to eat anything. And so we're not going to get them to eat 5 pounds of organic kale and 5 pounds of organic broccoli and 5 pounds of organic carrots and so on and so forth every day. But you know, they really need that overwhelming nutrition that is inherent in those types of foods, those phytochemicals, the phytonutrients in there. So where do you get them? You get them from synergistic supplements where you can get rough equivalents of that, and you can consume it. A cancer patient can then consume it and kind of flood or overwhelm the body with nutrition, which is not only imperative for cancer patients, but others who are struggling with sickness.
All right, so then now, what I really, really love about that, you guys can hear me, yeah, I see you. Thank you, Teresa, for
I
letting
wouldn't
me
say
know.
that Moses was in that state. I don't really know, but the rest of the people were.
Look what happens now.
Yeah.
Let's turn that off.
And they got out of.
All right, minimize that. And then let's go back, stop. Oh, you know what, too? That's a good one. I'm glad that I was just reminded. I have this other thing right here, too. So we'll just share this real quick because I wanted to share this and if there was time. So we'll make time. Kangen water ionizers. And I've got this. I can send it to any of you afterwards or anytime, but it's a document that goes over all the different uses. So I didn't want to go over all of them right now because it's so time consuming. I just wanted to sort of mention it just so you guys know I have it, because if you want it, I'll be sure to get it to you. And each section is, of course, blocked off by different waters. This is the 2.5 strong acidic water, kills all microbes. So pre-rinse all fruits, vegetables, and meats and let it sit for 1 minute in 2.5 before soaking in your 11.5. That's just to kill bacteria. And it's a chemical-free way to kill the bacteria before you remove the pesticides. And that's just one of the uses for the 2.5, because as you can see, the list goes on and on and on and on, all the way down to the 7. So 7 is just clean water, but I can get you guys this document so you have your own copy. You can print it and share it with whoever you want. And then, so now I'm gonna stop the share for that. And I'm going to open back up the presentation. So Robert Wright mentioned in his interview that healing is voltage. And I mentioned that too, but what does that mean? It means that the fruits are the highest voltage and they donate their electron. This water does the same thing. And I do the same thing when I give a heart-to-heart hug to my favorite friends. because I want to donate or deposit love into their bank account. And it's like a tip jar, but for electron voltage. And this is a withdrawal. All of these types of devices make withdrawals from your energy or your electron bank account. So if you're not eating a ton of fruit, but you're spending time around electronic devices, then you most likely have more withdrawals than deposits. And the same goes for when you're hanging around with people who are really negative, or they're just stealing your energy from you. And we know some of those people. And what can we do? We can love them. They need it. They're running dry. They're bankrupt. But what happens when we run dry and we're bankrupt? So we need to figure out where we're getting our energy from. And this is what happens when you lose your electron voltage, when you have too many withdrawals and not enough deposits. So we start here at the bottom, a young healthy cell with a negative 70 millivolt charge. But as the charge drops, it goes closer to zero, because zero is death. And as that cell begins to lose its electron currency, when that bank account starts to go towards zero and you start to maybe withdraw, or you're going towards bankruptcy, then that's where illness occurs. So really you have to start thinking of yourself more as like an energy bank account. And how do you raise your vibration? How do you lower your vibration? But we can replace the word vibration with immune system. It's the same thing. And the best way to improve your immune system is live in a state of gratitude. So feel as though you're already there. Feel as though you live in kindness, and you live in love and joy, and you forgive everyone 70 times 70, right? Or something like that. So acceptance, sunshine is free medicine. Put your hands to the sun and absorb it as best you can. And then of course, lowering your vibration is just as easy if you're not careful. So here's another one. One is a withdraw, free radicals, withdraw, and antioxidants, deposit. So it says this meeting will end in 10 minutes, and I'm not going to upgrade right now. Free radicals make a withdrawal, and antioxidants make a deposit. So like I said, do you have more withdrawals than deposits? And we're going to admit someone else. So the best way to make deposits is with Kangen water right here. You could also drink a bunch of cod liver oil. That, according to this chart, is the second best way to increase your deposits into your electron bank account. But who in the world is going to drink gallons upon gallons of cod liver oil? You might be able to drink gallons of green tea, maybe orange juice, but you're going to have to do a lot compared to Kangen water. So if you've been drinking Kangen water, then have you noticed an increase in your energy? And when you were paying for all of this bottled water, what type of deposit was it making? Was it making a deposit at all, or were you just drinking it because you knew you should? And then also, what kind of withdrawal was it making? Was it making a withdrawal on your monetary bank account, or was it also making a withdrawal on your electron bank account? Because that's what this bottled water does, is it's full of free radical scavengers, which withdraw your electron bank account and do not add deposits at all. However, Kangen water is full of electron currency, negative 400 on average, and those are the negatively charged electrons that help your body heal itself. So we'll go down here one more. So Wyanmagic, this is a company that produces, like I said, the certified medical devices in Japan. It's a kitchen appliance that produces two types of income. I just spent a whole bunch of time talking about electron currency. That's one type of income, because your microwave produces a type of income that is a free radical scavenger. Your microwave produces positive, ions that need your electrons to neutralize themselves. So the other thing too is when you share the water and your friends or family or neighbors or strangers buy a machine, then the company pays you for sharing the water, for sharing the education, and that's called distribution. And this company has a lot of benefits, side benefits instead of side effects. we experience side benefits. And one of them is proper hydration. The other is, cleanliness inside and out. But the other that's really great is I get to share the water and have fun and make money in the process. So my other jobs, I didn't always have a bunch of fun. I wasn't always helping a bunch of people, and I didn't always make a bunch of money. But this is a patented business model, which means no other corporation can copy this without breaking these types of patent laws. If they are laws, then we're going to know that this is a very unique system, and it's an 8-point system. So with every unit or machine that's sold, 8 points are paid out, and that's it. And so when a waitress is working her tail off to provide a value to the customer, she receives a tip. And some people tip well and others don't tip at all. But this company will always pay 8 points. So if you can figure out a way to get all 8 points, then that's it. The money goes all to you. And that's a true value-based business. And you can see that with 1 or 2 units sold, you'll get 1 point of 340. But once you increase your sales over time, then those points start to increase. You start to get more points. And that's sort of the goal, is to figure out a way for you to get all 8 points. And then you're the CEO and the janitor of your very own business, and everything falls on you. So you have nobody to blame, but you do have a family, a PH family, like myself and Sarah and Teresa and Sarah, 2 Sarahs, and lots of other people that are more than happy and willing to help. And then of course, the company offers multiple products to choose from based on your lifestyle, your needs, or the needs of others. So we're running out of time. I've got 5 minutes left because it's a free Zoom service and I have a time limit. But these are the 3 models that we sort of seem to sell the most, because that's what people need. And some people need a junior, which is sort of a smaller, less antioxidant, so imagine depositing into your Electron bank account $100. That's great. And if you do it often, then it adds up. But imagine depositing a $500 deposit into your Electron bank account. That's going to be the K8. The K8 is a larger deposit into your Electron bank account, more antioxidants, more anti-inflammation, more molecular hydrogen per parts per million. So then the middle one, the SD501, is the most popular and has been around for the longest out of the 3. For more than 20 years, they've been producing this device. And still, we're servicing 20-year-old models, just like Honda and Toyota and Subaru. If you take care of it, it takes care of you. So the SD501 has a very, very strong antioxidant output, just not as strong as the K8. So it depends on if you're suffering from chronic or acute, or if you're just trying to maintain your health, or if you're just a single person and you live by yourself, or if you have a big family and a ton of friends and you want to share a bunch of water. So really, like I said, everything sort of depends on the person, the lifestyle, the needs. But Enagic offers their own financing, which makes this affordable for just about anybody. And if you can share the water with your friends and family, then you can get a return on your investment. And that's what it's about, ROI. And most of us are, like, for example, Teresa went to nursing school. So that was an investment that she made. And she has been working as a nurse for years and years. And now she's received a return on her investment. So she's about to, step into her own power and maybe open up her own clinic. So talk about a return on investment. And that's something that she didn't even know was going to happen 20 years ago. And so when you get one of these machines, you really don't know what's going to happen in a year from now. And this water can change your life. And the motto for the company is change your water, change your life. So unfortunately, we don't have enough time to show the second video, but I do want to thank you guys all for showing up today, and I'll give you a few minutes. There's 2 minutes left before we time out. So the biggest questions, the best questions go first. If anybody has any, please jump in. Buddy, Teresa, what questions do you have?
Am I muted?
No, you're not. We went through really fast, and I appreciate you guys all dealing with the not being let into the room and stuff. And I do kind of want to give us an opportunity to continue this next time, maybe, you know, and we'll work out these kinks. So Teresa, do you have any thoughts?
I don't really have any questions. I think I've got several people on here that are drinking the water and are seeing the benefits. So if anybody has anything to share or ask, jump in.
Yeah, no worries, but that's okay. Also, I make myself available anytime. So we could do private Zoom, or we can do one-on-one, or 3 of us, or whatever it's going to take. I also do plan on doing more of these in the future, and I will, the kinks will eventually work themselves out. But I do want to encourage you all to continue drinking the water, because if you can really think of it as a deposit into your electron bank account, and understand that most of the people that are walking around in the world right now are chronically dehydrated. And when you think of the word dehydration, you can't think, you also think of deprived. And they're being deprived of life at a cellular energetic level. So if you want to help others and help yourself in the process, then this is a very good opportunity for anybody you might know and love. So thank you very much. It says I've got only a few seconds left, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. But if you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. So thank you all very, very, very much. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.